line that he's an ecumenical function. What he's really doing is his gig as an MC at a fishing contest. That's the truth. So, thank you, Florida's Children First, for this honor. Thank you on Hank's behalf. He really did wish he could be here. He's such a lousy fisherman, it's kind of a shame to waste his talents there. While this is a well-deserved honor for Hank, who's in the trenches day in and day out with Melissa Nelson, who's here tonight, and Buddy Schultz, I feel that I feel uncomfortable receiving this recognition for what I do. All I do is visit a child who's incarcerated in a juvenile correctional facility. I don't believe it's anything out of the ordinary, and I feel like if I shared his story with you, every one of you would be willing to do the same thing. Christian lives at Cypress Creek Juvenile Correctional Facility in Lecanto, Florida. It's 132.5 miles from my house. On a good day, when there's not a Gator game in Gainesville, there are no snowbirds on 301, I can make the trip in under 3 hours. Ironically, Cypress Creek is the best place Christian has ever lived. He gets 3 meals a day plus snacks. He goes to school every day, and there's on-site medical care. He has his own room. He has a bed. He has access to a library, to school supplies, chessboards, and art supplies, and no one beats him. Cypress Creek is also the worst place he's ever lived. It's surrounded by a 12-foot fence and 2 lines of razor wire. He rarely gets outside. No one there loves him. No one knows his story or cares how it ends. I know his story, and I care how it ends. He was born to a 12-year-old mother. His biological father was prosecuted for impregnating her. There was no one there to help his mother except her own drug addict mother. When he was 18 months old, he was hospitalized for an emergency, and it was discovered he had never had any of his immunization shots. No one stepped in at that point. When he was 2, he was found naked, wandering in a motel parking lot at 3 a.m. with no caretaker to be found. No one stepped in. After he was found alone in a trailer with no electricity at the age of 3, he and his mother were placed in foster care together until her 18th birthday. He was sexually abused by the residents of the home. No one helped him. As soon as she got out, his mother took up with a man who physically abused Christian for the next 5 years. His mother had 3 more children. When Christian complained to her about the abuse, she did nothing, and there was no one to help him. When he was 11, his stepfather hit him so badly that the school sent him to the hospital to have his eye damage evaluated. X-rays taken at the hospital revealed numerous healed broken ribs. When the police were on the way to arrest his stepfather, the man committed suicide. Christian became the man of the family at the age of 11. For the next 4 months, his mother left him alone with the 3 preschoolers for extended periods of time, including overnights. Again, there was no one to help him. In March 2011, during one of his mother's absences, his brother sustained severe injuries and later died. Christian was 12 years and 1 month old. He was in the 6th grade. He was charged as an adult and locked up in solitary as an adult for over 30 days. He never saw his siblings again. He's been in jail ever since. His mother's parental rights were terminated. There is no other family, and he is a ward of the state. By the grace of God, some very good and kind lawyers, including Hank, Melissa Nelson, and Buddy Schultz, stepped up to defend him and prevent him being sent to adult prison for the rest of his life. For the very first time in his life, someone stepped up to help him. Because a very good judge very, very good judge, saw fit to appoint me as his independent guardian ad litem. He and I have been friends since shortly before he was transferred to Cypress Creek in April 2013. It matters to me what happens to the rest of his life. It matters that he does not lose hope. It matters that he gets his high school diploma. It matters that he gets proper therapy to understand and make peace with the chaos and misery that his life has been. It matters that the first time I reached out to pat his head, he recoiled like I was a snake and said, "When somebody's been in lockup in 2 years, you don't just come at them." It matters to me that no one had hugged or kissed him for years. It matters that he had not seen the stars for over 4 years. It matters that the only religious presence in his life is Pops, who preaches Satan and sin and hell and does not talk about redemption and love and forgiveness. So I make the drive down every Saturday to spend 3 short hours out of his very long weeks. We talk about my family, we talk about dreams, we talk about prejudice, we talk about reincarnation, we talk about the real world. I nag him about his grades. We watch basketball and play board games. I knock myself out to make him laugh, to make him really laugh. I sent him the Van Gogh Starry Nights poster. I reported to Judge Gooding my concern that he was not receiving competent therapy, and Judge Gooding made that happen very quickly. I rub his head and hold his hand. I hug him and kiss him. Tell him I love him, and I tell him that no matter what, I believe God loves him and forgives him no matter what, so that maybe, just maybe, he will someday be able to love and forgive himself. I tell him he will be out in less than 3 years, and that there are people on the outside who want to help him and make plans for the day when he gets out of Cypress Creek. And always, I hold his hand and tell him I love him, and tell him I'll be back next week. Thank you, Judge Gooding, for granting me the privilege of being Christian's guardian ad litem.